Okay, I did a video the other day talking about view references, and I noticed that what a view reference is, you can link one view to another view using view references. There's so many of these tools that people can use. There's so many that we know, so many that we don't know. But let's say, for example, we do stumble upon, like, this is a scope box. What is this? Duplicate view. What's it? Revisions. And this one, this view reference. Now, what exactly is that? So there's a video of that where it's explained that the 1/A101, the 1 is the detail, and the A101 is the sheet that the view is on. And the view could be 1, in this case it's 1, and the sheet is A101, but it could be 2A101 or 3A101, depending on how many views are on that sheet. Okay, so that's that. Let me get into what seems to be a clear cut. Let me go to the overall. I'm going to go to the overall, which is one of the reasons why you want to create a view reference, is because sometimes the the entire floor plan will not fit on the sheet, so you have to split it up, right? So let's see, I'm gonna delete this one and delete this and delete this text. Okay, so this is the overall, and I can reference. Let's erase these two also. So I'm going to reference what I've done. I split this floor plan into 3 segments: the north, middle, and the south part. This is the north, this is the middle part, and this is the south part. All of this is the south part. So I can reference, if I'm in this view, this north view, I'm going to say, let's go in water, okay, which is the north part, and the middle part is this in water. Okay, so I'm going to not show that, and not show, what else? South, okay. So I only have 2, so I'm only working with 2, so I can go back and forth between the 2. So let's go to the north and reference the south. So if you have that knowledge, because there's so much that you know, so much that you don't know, so much that that we all are still learning how to do Revit, and well, we all are still learning how to do Revit. And so you stumble across this view reference thing. Now, what exactly is that? So you read up on it, and you say, oh, okay, so I can link this view to another view. So I come over and I click on this, and this is a related view, and there's a floor plan view. And the floor plan view shows you all of the floor plans, and the related views show you the related views to this particular view. So I can relate. This is the north, so I want to relate the middle water, if that makes sense. Because this is I'm saying water because there's 2 systems. there's like a sanitary, and then there's water systems. Sanitary system, water system. And usually in plumbing, you separate the two views. Because a lot of times there's so much information going on. It depends on the view. So in this case, I'm going to separate the two. So I have water north, and I got water middle. For a continuation of this sheet, I need to find out what's going on as I continue down this floor plan. So I want to relate that. Okay, so I click here, and I want to relate that view to the middle water. So I come here, okay, and come over here, and it only says reference. Now, why does it only say reference when in the example or the drop down it says that if your view is on a sheet, it's going to give me the detail as an annotation indicating the sheet number and detail number for a selected view. Now, why is it only giving me reference? So I come up here, and it says press F1 for more help. So if I press F1, navigate primary and dependent views, and I want to know why I'm not getting my detail and sheet number. So I'll look through this information, and if there are several methods for navigating primary and dependent views. Primary is not dependent, and dependent, okay. So that, yeah, there is a difference between the two. Use any of the following methods to navigate. Okay, that's navigating through. Place a view reference. That's not a problem. I can place the view reference. A view reference displays the view number and sheet number. It's not doing that. So where else do I go? A view reference can be placed on any standard project. A view reference is a symbol. You can create a view reference family. To add a view reference, open the view to which you want to add. If the view is on the sheet, and it is, right-click the view and click Activate View. You are actually placing the reference on the view, not the sheet, right? You're placing the reference on the view and not the sheet. Annotate. Click Annotate tab, Tag Panel, View Reference. Annotate tab, Tag Panel, View Reference. Oh, okay. So you go Annotate tab. What? Annotate. Tag view. Okay, annotate tag. And view title, view cancel. Annotate tag beam, multi-category, space tag, room tag, view reference. Okay. Yeah, okay. So that's another way of doing it. Or I can go to view and get the same sheet composition, get the same view reference. So they're saying I can go to annotate, and it's up here. Okay. Yeah, so wonderful. That's telling me I still need to know why I'm not getting the detail in the sheet number that it's on. It's not giving me that information. It's telling me where to go to get the view reference. Optionally, the view reference panel under view type, select the type of view to display for target view. On the view reference panel, select the target view, okay. Click on drawing area and place view. Primary and dependent views. Okay, it's still not telling me to change the view to a view reference. Select the view reference in the drawing. On the view reference panel, use the drop-down list to select the view type and target view. So it's just not telling me that. It's not telling me. Okay, so that's the problem. If I have the answer, but I was hoping that Revit would tell us where to go if my view is on a sheet, but my view reference only gives me this default REF. I'm assuming that it means reference. So what's happening is, if you go to annotate, let me go down here. I don't know why this is not part of the solution if you're trying to figure out why it's giving you a reference. If you go to your annotate symbol, you can see down here that it's not listed. View reference should be listed as part of your annotation symbol. Okay, so what you have to do is load your view reference. Okay, you have to load it. Because sometimes if you're putting tags in, like I don't know, a door tag or some type of floor tag or a tag, Revit usually says, do you want to load the family? Okay, so if I click on, but it's not telling me, do I want to load the family, or do I want to load the symbol in this case? So unless you just try and figure it out, or go to a reference, or go to some type of resource, then you're kind of stuck. But what you need to do is, and it's unfortunate because it just doesn't tell you. And that's just, I mean, what else is Revit not telling us, in this information, I mean, there's a lot of information here, right, that you can go to, keyboard shortcuts and, all the stuff that we just went over. But what you have to do, you have to load your view reference in. So let's do that. Let's insert. And I'm going to go to load Autodesk family. And in the search content, I'm going to type in view reference. F. And say OK. It's searching. And this is what you need. You need this. So I'm going to load that into my project. Load, and it should populate here. Okay, so here's the view reference that I need, which is what I was hoping that Revit would tell us if we get this piece of information, but it doesn't do that. So now that I have my view reference in, this is still not updating, okay? Because we know that this view is the reference, this middle water is on sheet P109. Let's go, where are the sheets? Okay, P109. This is middle water. This is my middle water. Okay, so I'll double click on that, and I'll go here. This is the same view. This is the same view on sheet P109. Okay, and it is detail 1. So it should populate on my view here. This reference should be 1P109. Let me do this again. I'm going to erase this and go to View, Reference, Related Views, and go to M Water, because I want to reference a continuation of my north, and for continuation, C M Water. I hope that made sense. But it's still not showing up. Now, why is that? What you have to do is you go to Properties. Okay, go to Properties, and on the right-hand side, you want to edit that type. You want to edit this type. Have it activate. Click on it so that it's activated, and you click Edit Type. And here it says the reference view tag is none, but you want to change that. You want to change it to a drop down where it says you want to change it to reference view reference. You change it to view reference, say OK, and then it changes to the correct nomenclature. So it gives you the correct link to P109. So if I click on this, it's not going to go to the sheet again. It's going to go to the view. And so now that I've edited that type, I can go to the middle water. And now I want to reference the north water. Okay? So again, we go here to view reference, and in this drop down I'm looking for north water, which is here. Click on north water, come over here, and it's going to say that it's on sheet. It's the second detail on sheet P108. So let's go to that. P108, north water, there it is. In the browser, let's go to the sheet. Okay, said it's 2, so we're down here. There's north water. That's the sheet P108. Everything looks good. But to get from where, let's go project, delete, none, say OK. To get from here to there takes some work, because if you go here, well, let's go here, because if you when you go to F1 and you try and figure out why you're only getting those 3 letters REF, and you try and find out why it's not giving you the detail number and the sheet number. I haven't found anywhere in here where it's telling me that I need to load view reference in as a symbol in my project browser. It doesn't say it. There's the annotation symbols, and it's here. Okay, so just wanted to point out. And sometimes if you go, let's say you want to view reference, let's see, waste. No, let's do this floor plan overall. Do I want to reference that? Let's see. I want to use one where it shows that all of these are on the sheet. Let's take middle water off. Let's remove it. Here. No, here. Middle water. No. Yeah, okay. Middle water. I'm going to remove it from the sheet. Okay, and when we go to north water, this is what it's going to look like. Because the view that I'm referencing is not on the sheet. Okay, so if I put it back, let's see if I can undo all of this. Yeah, so if I undo, and now it's back on the sheet, it's going to tell me that it's detail 1 sheet number. But if it's not, let's go back, undo. Okay. So you got reference, and you have this, and you have middle water, remove, and you have that kind of information. Okay. So all of those things you need to consider when you're using these view references. And what else is Revit not telling us? That you have to look up yourself. So just be careful when you're doing Revit. Some things you just have to dig if it's not giving you the result that you're looking for. Okay. All right. Okay. So I hope that helped, and I will talk to you guys later.